Hello, it's Spence, the evil genius from Widget Laboratory, with your lab secrets tip of the day. Well, today I've got a tool for you. It's a great little tool. It's called Screencast. It's an Adobe Air application. It runs on either PC or Mac, and it does one thing, and one thing pretty well. It basically lets you drop in an image file or image files, and it shrinks them. The reason you do this, well, if you're uploading things to the internet, of course, you may want to size them differently, but definitely want to make sure that the data file size is smaller. So if you have something, for example, that is a beautiful high resolution, suitable for printing image, that's not necessarily going to be a good thing on your website if it's a 500 kilobit file or a megabyte file. So this resides on your toolbar or in your toolbar on your desktop. It's always accessible and it's super easy to use. Let me show you how to set it up. First of all, the websites we're going to publish here in the show notes. It's Tokiwoki, Toki-woki.net, and the product is called Shrinkomatic. And go down here, we've got an Adobe Air installer, which you simply click on. It opens up. 2 clicks later, you're installed. The reason I'm not going to demonstrate the installer is because it doesn't want to play nice, apparently, with the screener recorder that I'm using. And I'd rather show you this than having to start all over again for the 12th time, which is what I love about Screener. It's very real. All right, now, what happens when you get the product installed? Well, it looks like this. Let me clear up the rest of the screen a little. All right, now I've got an image file here, which is a 720 by 480 pixel file. And I know that because I go in my menu and I can see that it's 720 480. This is going to be the thing we're going to drop into the Shrinkomatic today. First of all, a couple settings. You've got an output size where you can set the maximum width or the maximum height or both. The reason you might do this is that if you had a 720 by 480 image, which is a rectangle, maybe I want to force it into a square shape. In which case I can go ahead and make it 480 by 480, which both shrinks it but also changes the aspect ratio. Of course, if you do that, it's going to end up making the image look funny. So we're going to just change the width here. We're going to go from 720 to a 480 width, and we'll allow the height to resize automatically. You do have an option, however. You could just change the whole image to a percentage of the original. So maybe I wanted to make the shrunk version 50% of the original. But for this example, I'm going to stick with output size. Output name. You could go the safe route with an auto rename, which means that when the image is shrunk in output, it'll have an additional file suffix added to it so that it doesn't overwrite the original file that you've got in the same spot. If you're feeling kind of adventurous, click this button. That will overwrite the original file name if it's in the same location. Not for the faint of heart. All right, we can also specify an output folder. If we don't want this to default to the current location where the image is located, you can say, yeah, go ahead and send it to another folder somewhere on my computer where all these shrunk images are being kept. Lastly, we've got the output format. In this case, we've got a PNG file. I can keep that the same, but if I wanted, I could select the JPEG, adjust the quality. I could do GIF or, again, stay with PNG. I'll just go with same as original. Now, here's the magic. Simply take my big image, drop it in, boom. It's done. It just shrunk it, and here's the output. As you can see, this is 480. Here's the original, 720. That's simple. The beauty is this can be done with multiple images as well. You can have it do 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 at a time. Just drop them all in, set up your specifications, and you're good to go. This has been a demonstration of a cool product called Shrinkomatic. And this is Spence, the evil genius from Widget Laboratory, for labsecrets.com.